Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me tonight we have Tom.
Hi, everybody.
Nick.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Hi.
Hi.
Brandon.
All right. So this week, looks like we're going to have some Mortal Kombat talk. Tom is back, and he's probably going to talk about the same things he always does. And
Why wouldn't I?
I still have a little bit more on Xenoblade and other things, and a bunch of news about things coming out. You guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, who wants to go first and what they've been playing?
I don't.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
I don't because I want
That's my vote.
to
My
tie
vote
it
is
in
not
with
me.
Nick because we played the same thing.
Ooh,
Well,
I
some
vote
of it.
Mike.
Fine, I'll go first. I don't know.
I'll go second.
All right, fair
All right.
enough. And then Nick and I go last at the same time.
At the same time.
We'll just start talking, and I'll talk about Never Alone. You talk about something
GTA 5
completely
on
different.
PC.
Yeah, just talk about GTA 5. And we'll somehow tie it into Mortal Kombat.
All right, that'll work.
All right. So, anyways, I played Xenoblade Chronicles some more this week. Don't have
I've
a
seen
lot.
it. It doesn't look great.
It looks the same. What did you see it on?
My buddy's 3DS.
It looks
He probably
the
just
same.
saw the faces.
The faces look the same, though. That's the thing. The
The
faces
faces look the same. The
literally
details
look
have
the
been
same.
grainy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit downgrade in textures, but otherwise I think it's adequate
No,
job.
it looks great. And if you didn't know that the first version didn't look that smooth, then it's fucking fine.
Oh, yeah. Listen, the first game, like, honestly, I mean, if you look at them side by side, you're going to notice a little bit of texture difference, but model-wise, it's nearly one for one. And the draw distance is still incredible on the 3DS. Which is,
Oh, really?
yeah, which area did you see? Where did he show you?
Oh, he's still in Colony 9.
Oh, so you saw fucking nothing. Like, wait until he goes to, like, Gower Plains, and then take a look, and you can see, like, the draw
Gower.
distance is still incredible. So, yeah, draw distance is still there. I mean, I know I talked a lot about it last week, so I'm not going to really have that much more to add about it. Just want to say I'm still chugging along, and I'm probably about halfway through at this point.
Damn.
So-
Where's halfway through? I forget. Like, Mechonis' foot?
The foot is where you start. That's Colony 9.
No, Mechonis.
Mechonis is, I don't think you go to its foot.
You go to its hand on the ground.
That's not a foot.
Yeah, that's not a foot.
With the hand.
That's a hand on the ground.
By the feet, whatever. I know mechanical biology.
You do not know anatomy, sir.
But yeah, so
Academy.
you work your way up from the Bionis' foot to its like knee, to its back, to its head, and then back down to its arm, and then on the Mechonis. I'm on the Mechonis right now. So
Did you really hate the part of the game where you had to go across the sword?
that's where I am right now.
Other than the fact that it's awesome that you're going across a massive sword,
I don't know. I don't
I
mind
thought-
this part. And maybe it's
I thought
just,
it was super tedious.
well, I mean, there are parts that are super tedious, but I feel like, and I said this a bit last week, so you missed out on this, but I feel like just because it's my second playthrough, I really don't remember a lot of what's going to happen. Like, I have some general ideas.
How hard did you play it the first time?
How hard did I play it? What does that
Like
mean?
how many hours? How
How
in-depth
aroused
did
were
you
you?
play it?
How hard? I don't know. I think it was 90 hours if I remember.
So you played it pretty thoroughly.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't do a ton of side quests, but I did do. I got from the beginning to the end. I did the Colony 6 side quest, but that's about as deep as I went, like, into major side quest territory. I never did any of the end game stuff, so that's about where I ended up, right about 90 hours. This time, though, I'm like 40. No, not 40. I'm 35 hours in right now. So, but I feel like I'm
No
going through
issues with
faster.
controls?
What?
No issues with controls?
No, not really.
It's
I mean,
still all D-pad in battle?
yeah, exactly. I mean, you do have to kind of. The one thing that does take a little bit of get used to is because you do have to take your hand off of the control pad to like set your arts. But I mean, otherwise it works well. I don't have any problems with that.
Did you have to do that in...
I don't even remember. I only have a general idea of how it controlled in the last one. Like I said, I only remember bits
I
and
remember
pieces.
the D-pad selected the arts.
But in this
You ran
one,
out.
too, like I said, I don't know what it is. I just, going into it, like I said, I don't remember a lot, because it's been, 3 years since it came out, which would have been the last time I played it.
Yeah.
But I have a good, like, I don't know, just kind of, like, muscle memory of it, even though I don't remember a lot of it. Like I remember the controls like perfectly going into it, so it gave me like a nice advantage.
So
like
fucking good.
It is, and that's the nice thing because it does take some getting used to, and so I didn't have that.
And I was going over this with my friend. It's break, toppled days, right? Break topple days.
In terms of like how to get them to topple over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do break first, then topple, and then you can do days. You don't have to, but
I thought for a while to try and remember that.
Yeah, exactly. And it tells you,
that game,
at least in the beginning of the game, it tells you how to do it. Like I don't remember the tutorial stuff from the Wii version. I'm sure there was some of it there, but it's pretty thorough in the 3DS one. So it kind of takes you all through that stuff. Actually, in the first like enemy battle in Xenoblade, they kind of have you do like the break and topple, don't they? I don't even remember. I already forgot.
I think Shulk knows it from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think Ryan does too. You just lose Ryan for a while. Yeah, because their armor was too hard or something. And
yeah, like the first little, I don't know, conch shell thing that you have to fight. But you don't ever lose Ryan. That's not that I can think of.
Yeah, he ditches you, and Fiora's running around with you for a while.
Oh, for like 5 minutes. That's not a while. That's like nothing. It's not even out of the tutorial yet. So, yeah, so it's pretty good. Like I said,
went on the hill and she had a sandwich made for me for like 10 hours.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, I still don't have any major complaints about it. I'm still chugging along pretty well. I'm still just kind of doing the quests I feel like doing, and that's about it. Actually, most of the time what I do is I just will pick up all the quests, and if I happen to do them, I happen to do them, but I don't go out of my way to do them. So, and I haven't had to do much grinding or anything. Like it's been a really solid playthrough for it so far. So
it's not a game you have to grind through. It's just a game you have to explore, which is one of the things I loved about it.
Yeah, it is great for exploring. Although I do remember there being some moments in the first game, and I did, I guess, run into a little bit of them here where you do find yourself needing to grind, but I
really didn't. If I just literally explored every inch of the world, I usually was leveled enough.
Ain't nobody got time for that. That's
oh my god,
that's a huge world.
I uncovered every area.
Oh no, I don't think I even did it in any of the areas here yet so far. But I think I just got through like 2 or 3 boss battles in a row where I'm like consistently like 3 levels below the boss. Like I just beat a boss that I was like, it was so high above me level wise, it was yellow. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do this or not, and I did. So, I mean, that was nice. It is, if you have the right team, it works well. I did change my team up a little bit this time, although not too drastically. I'm still playing as Shulk. I don't know, I just like playing as Shulk. And you kind of...
I can't play as anyone else. Sometimes I played as Melia.
Melia?
Melia. Mm-hmm. There we go. Sometimes Melia was really fun.
Malaria is a mosquito disease.
Yeah, I tried playing as Ricky, and I just threw up.
Well, right now my team
Dunban's okay to play as, too.
Yeah, a lot of people like playing as Dunban. He's one of the popular ones. Melia is good, but she takes some getting used to, and the AI, you can't have the AI control her because they'll do horrible. So right now, my team is, I play as Shulk, and then I have Ryan, and then I put Ricky in there, which is pretty interesting.
Nope. Shulk, Ryan, Charla. Nothing else needed.
That's what I did last time, and I'm like, I need to mix things up a little bit, and I pulled Charla out and put
she
Ricky
heals people by shooting them.
You know what else, though? But that's... Now you only have basically 2 people attacking, when I can have 3 people attacking. It makes a big difference.
Oh, her critical hit thing did damage.
Yeah, like once every hour. It's about time management, Tom. It's about time management. But
Nick Brandon, you should play this game.
You should.
Brandon should. I don't know if Nick would like it.
I think Nick would try it.
I would like it.
Yeah, it's basically...
Sure he would, Nick.
It's a single-player MMO. What's there not to like?
I want to play it, but my problem is there's just too many other things right now.
So play a better game.
I am.
Probably not better than Xenoblade.
I'm just not in the mood for a giant MMO style RPG currently. Like, it's not in the cards currently. I thought I was, and then I was like, okay, basically it was like, do I get Xenoblade or do I get Mortal Kombat? And it was a toss-up at the time, and then like I was like, no, I'm getting Mortal Kombat.
And that's fair. I mean, it is definitely a game you have to be in the mood for. Like, it doesn't make sense to play if you're...
Yeah, you do. Mm-hmm. I put that game down for like 6 months.
I don't know. I'm just having a blast going through it right now. So, Yeah, good time.
That's great to hear. It's you finally feel like you're actually getting your money's worth out of your new 3DS then?
Well, I guess so. I mean, it doesn't. See, that's the thing about the new 3DS. Honestly, for the most part, it doesn't feel any different to me than the regular 3DS, and especially because like the data transfer, like it's almost like it has the same soul as the old one. So it's like it doesn't feel any different to me. I mean, yeah, I guess I couldn't play this on the old one, but
It has a beautiful soul.
yeah. But I mean, it still has all my old games and everything on it, anyways. But I mean, if you look at, I guess in terms of time spent, like, yeah, I guess it's getting my money's worth out of it. Although at the same time, like I said last week, most of the time I'm literally playing it on my couch in front of my TV, anyways. So it's not like I couldn't have just turned on my TV and played it there.
Yeah. I understand entirely what you mean. I just meant like, you know, now there's finally a game that is specifically just for the new 3DS. Is it like, oh, well, I see why, more or less, like, because the processing power is the reason why this game plays on the new 3DS and not on the old one, obviously, because there's just so much shit in this game.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
although I think when we talked about the new 3DS when we had gotten them originally, like, I think it was the same for both of us. Like, neither of us really bought it for Xenoblade. It was more like the features that it came with were more, like, between Amiibo and the faster speeds. It does.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
It's really well done. And the HTML5 internet browsing is a very nice touch as well. Because you can just jump on YouTube and be like, I'm going to watch some YouTube videos while laying in bed.
And the super stable 3D is really nice, too.
Yeah, that actually is probably the best feature.
That's the only thing I really want. This is the super stable 3D. I mean, I have no reason to get a new 3DS right now, but...
Yeah, and the other thing is, too, I mean, for Xenoblade at least, the 3D, like, isn't super...
intrusive?
Xenoblade wasn't printed in limited quantity, right?
Well, that we know of. I mean, how many new 3DSs out there?
Because I don't want to have to just buy it and own it and not have it be playable.
You're probably never going to get it again. But I was going to say, though, yeah, it's not super intrusive, but, like, it definitely, it seals the deal. Like, it's good enough that it makes that world look nice, although it's not as rich as some other 3D games. So, I don't know. Like I said, I do like it. But, I don't know. I'm done talking about Xenoblade unless Tom has anything else he wants to chime in on.
I love it.
I know. I told everyone the fact last week, since you weren't here. I told him you'd be jealous, too.
I mean, honestly, I really want to play it, but at the same time, it's like, it's one I'm probably just going to wait a little while. Maybe have it go down, like, a few bucks, if that's possible. If not,
Brandon,
whatever.
This is a Nintendo game. It's not going down in price.
Recently, a lot of Nintendo games, such as Mario Kart 7, such as Animal Crossing, such as the Yoshi game that was on 3DS, such as the Kirby game that was on 3DS, even on the Nintendo eShop have gone down in price.
Well, on the eShop, they've
Hey,
gone down
Mike, how much was Xenoblade used?
No, not just sales. I mean, permanently. Like, right now, permanently.
I don't know. I think they're going to get their money's worth out of Xenoblade. They're not going to cut the price on that anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
Like, how much was Xenoblade used?
It'd be like around Christmas.
Was it $70?
It used to be 90 at one point. That's what it capped out at.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It'll go down in price, sure.
No, but Brandon, Nintendo games still aren't permanently price dropping. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, they'll get sales and stuff from here and there, but...
There are plenty of them that they're weekly on the Nintendo eShop. There is a icon that says
I know you're talking about that on the eShop, but
and I'm not saying physical.
But the games that you mentioned right now, those are part of their spring sale. Those are all going up tomorrow.
I'm talking about the fact that Animal Crossing went from 40 to 30, and before it went to 35. So it went 40, 35, 30, which is what it currently is without a sale. So I don't know what it's dropping to with a sale.
I thought that was part of its sale, but it doesn't really matter. But still, $30, it's kind of its normal...
I know, it's only like a $10 drop-off, but still, it's still a drop. That's what I mean by that. Sticker Star is a garbage game, but it dropped to $20.
Bullshit.
No, it did not. I just looked at that, like, yesterday.
Not on the eShop. I mean, like, actually out there at...
That's because stores are trying to get rid of that fucking shit game. That's the reason. That is the reason why you see stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can buy it new for $10 right now.
Like Pilot Wings on the eShop. I just looked at it yesterday. That was a launch game. It's still $40.
Oh yeah, some of them are stupid, but there are some that actually, I'm gonna go check the eShop right now.
But that's the thing with the Nintendo games, you have to assume that they're never gonna drop in price because they almost never do. But that's not saying that
I don't feel that's the case any longer, but I understand.
But that's not saying you can't find deals from time to time because Nintendo has been starting to do those more often. Mm-hmm. Like I did pick up Mario Kart 7 for $20 during the spring sale. I haven't played it yet, but it was one of the games I wanted to convert over to digital. So it made sense. And they do those, like, player's choice hits or whatever. What do they call them? I don't remember what Nintendo calls them. But
I forget what they called them last time.
Yeah, but where they drop them down, like, what, $10, $20 for, like, it's I don't know, great seller or whatever. But, I don't know. Xenoblade, I don't think it's going to be one of those games, considering the way it was. It's never going to hit those critical numbers, so it's never going to get that critical price drop. So... Sony's threshold for their stuff used to always be it had to sell 1 million, at least, and then it would be able to be eligible for it. If it didn't hit that, it would never be eligible.
And speaking of Sony, you can get today, right now, at this very moment in time, PS4 copy of The Last of Us for $20 right now.
Yeah, but is that PS3 or PS4?
PS4.
Did you get it, Brandon?
I have not, because I don't have a credit card to buy things. It's on Amazon, and it's a download code for PS4.
Just go get, like, a Amazon gift card from somewhere and then buy that.
I also don't have money currently, and I won't until the 3rd.
Excuses.
Yes, not having money is a very valuable excuse to have.
It's an excuse. It might not be a bad excuse, but it is an excuse. All right, so, moving on.
So I'll just start with Smash. How y'all like that?
I'm not done yet, Tom.
He's not done. Get out of here.
Yeah, but we can talk about Mewtwo. We'll talk about Mewtwo because I had it on my list too. Anyways, Tom wants to be like that, stealing the show.
I am this.
Damn, Tom, this ain't the Tom podcast.
It could
Mewtwo,
be.
It is.
Mewtwo is literally Mewtwo. Like I don't know what else there is to say about it. I wasn't going to say much about it anyways.
I really like him. He's a diverse character. He actually adds something.
He's diverse from what he was originally? Is that what's going on?
No, like, he's an interesting character to fight. Confusion's a really neat move.
Yeah, our 7th Pokemon character. I love it.
Thanks, Brandon.
But he does still, like, move items around without holding them. That's kind of cool, right?
And when you punch him, he looks really mad.
Really mad. Well, I would be mad, too.
Not as mad as him.
I do like, I mean, I don't ever use him on the other characters, to be fair, but I don't actually like the fact that he doesn't have custom moves at all.
He's Mew and 2.
All right, so another clone character, great.
Basically.
No, though, I don't know. He's interesting to fight. Like, are you guys excited about Lucas?
Oh, speaking of which, I didn't put this down in the news, but it seems like a good time to talk about the rumors. Did you guys hear about all this?
What? Ryu?
If it's
Ryu and Roy?
See, my only thing is, I'll explain why I'm a little confused by why people are getting so hype about it. There's already a Roy in the game, so it could be updated sound files for that specific character.
You're
I mean,
right.
yeah.
You know, that makes a lot of sense, Nick, because I can definitely see the Roy that's already in there having the victory theme to Fire Emblem. That makes a lot of sense.
No, it would.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely got to be
that. That would be awesome.
That, and I mean, there's more than one Ryu.
That's true, but the sound file again is the Street Fighter music.
Were they actually able to unlock the sound files and listen to them?
Yeah, they're up on the internet. So.
Then fuck it, I'm wrong. Then continue.
It's not Ryu Huyabasa.
I didn't know we were able to get in there and actually listen to them.
I would totally yes.
You would totally yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm very happy if that's an actual thing.
I don't want Ryu in this game.
I actually don't want him in there either.
I don't want any more third-party characters.
Why?
I don't like third-party
characters. I don't care about
Capcom's got to pawn off more of their characters to Nintendo. That's
no. I don't care about third-party characters. Get Ryu the fuck out of there. He doesn't fit in there. If I want any character from Capcom as third-party, give me goddamn Beautiful Joe.
I love Beautiful Joe.
Or, like, some of the more fun Tekken characters. Like,
or can we have Amaterasu?
No.
Guys,
I don't
Amaterasu.
Amaterasu would be awesome, but I also just want half the characters I like from Marvel x Capcom to be in it.
That would never.
That's why I said Amaterasu. Amaterasu's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Which is why I agreed with you.
Anyways, so those are there. Apparently, like I said, they found sound files buried in the new update. Although there is a lot of speculation now too, like the second part of the rumor is so they found those 2 characters there. They also found character slots for apparently up to 5 characters after Mew. So that would be Lucas, Ryu, Roy, and then 2 mystery characters. And also like 7 new stages or some other thing. I don't remember exactly. But it definitely is some interesting speculation. I do think too, looking on it now, I mean, they did price out Mew 2, rather, as it is now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw some sort of legit season pass kind of thing for the next characters, because if they're going to put out more content. And Mewtwo made sense to have its own price point because it was that special deal for the people who registered both copies. But going forward, they don't have that, so they can get a little bit more interesting with the pricing. So I think we're going to see a bit of a, I don't know, some sort of season pass or something extra at least. I don't think it's going to be straight up characters for $5. I think you'll get some sort of bundle. It'll be like a character in 2 stages or who knows. But yeah.
Probably like they do with Mario Kart. Mike's right, a character 2 stages, something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds very Nintendo.
Yeah. $12 or $13 and you get like the rest of the characters and the stages they put out. That would be pretty nice. Or you could buy like each of them individually for a few bucks more. It makes sense. Anyways, anything else you guys want to say about Mewtwo or the DLC characters?
I'm really mad how his range attack has priority over everything.
Yeah?
You mean like it always has?
I don't know. I guess I never cared before. I care so much now.
Because it's new and exciting. Exclusive.
No, because Samus is better again.
And they nerfed Diddy Kong, so I guess that made a lot of people happy. So,
did they make Ganondorf worse or better?
I don't know. The thing that gets a lot of people upset with the patches that they do for Smash Brothers is they don't
announce.
Well, they don't announce what's in them, what they change. So the community has to like go through and try to figure it out on their own.
So on the actual technical end, people can't just be like, "Oh no, I have to do this frame 3 seconds faster."
Yeah, there's no like patch notes or anything. They have to figure it all out on their own.
Patch notes are nice. I do like patch notes.
Yeah. So anyways, move on to the next thing. So I'm just going to ask this. Nick, I think you're exempt from this, but maybe not. I don't know. Which one of you 2 recommended this abomination called Donkey Kong 64?
I am exempt from this
that
because
would be me.
the only Donkey Kong I play is Country, baby, and Conga.
I remember one of you guys liked this game. Was you, Tom?
I love that game.
That game is shit. I should have known. I should have known, actually, when you liked Paper Mario, that Donkey Kong 64.
It's all my fucking childhood. That game is great.
There's nothing great about this game. In fact, it starts out with the Donkey Kong rap. That should have been your first sign that there was problems.
Oh my god, go to hell. That's
all
my
right,
childhood.
Hold on. Go to hell, because the Donkey Kong rap is the only good portion of that game. The only good portion of that game. Just saying.
Me and Brandon will fight you to the death.
No, Brandon. It sounded like Brandon's not on your side with this one, aside from my...
No. I don't think the game's good. Yeah. But I definitely think the Donkey Kong rap is...
Admittedly, if I went back to the game, I doubt I'd enjoy it as much as I did when I was
a kid. It has not aged well at all.
It's got...
Most 64 games haven't.
Well, no, if you think about it, there's a lot of 64 games that actually aged pretty well. I mean, Mario Kart was great. Mario 64 is pretty good. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, pretty good. Donkey Kong 64 is not one of those games. It is. I'm having the hardest time figuring out what they want me to do. The controls are just weird. Like, this is some sort of like abomination between a Rare game and Mario 64.
Did you change like the controls to fit your scheme? Because you can do that. At least that's what I've heard from.
Well, no, you can change like the button configurations, but this game does weird things where it's like hold down the Z button and the C left button to pull out your gun, and then you have to press like the up C button to like go into first person mode because fuck, you can't hit anything without going into an aiming mode, let me tell you. Or if you want to like, then it uses like Mario 64 controls too, where it's like run and hit the Z button is like a long jump, and like hold down Z and press the jump button. It's like they use Z for like everything. If you want to stop using something, you press Z. If you want to start using something, you press Z. If you want to jump higher, you press Z. Like, the fuck? Why did they have to make this so complicated? They had a whole D-pad over there they could have used. They didn't even touch that. Just a hot mess, Brandon. And it's not even that 64 controller's fault.
Whoa! Don't even tell me. I didn't recommend this. If I was going to recommend any N64 game, it would be the Banjo-Kazooie series whenever it shows up, if it does. But that's.
Did you guys talk
a
about
ways
how
away.
no one wants Banjo-Kazooie in Smash?
Phil Spencer does.
I'd rather have him than Ryu.
That's true, actually.
Admittedly, I would
have him than
too.
Ryu.
But seriously, Duck Hunt Dog is Banjo-Kazooie.
That's fine.
No, not really. No,
it's close enough that
no,
I would
it's
not.
No,
I would
it's not.
I wouldn't
It's
want
not.
another
It is
four-legged
not.
animal.
It is not. Well, first of all, Banjo walks on two legs and he has a banjo that he plays, and Duck Hunt Dog does. And Duck Hunt Dog, no. It's next.
So you're fine with the clone character? All right, I guess.
How would Banjo be a clone character when one he could fly? Duck Hunt Dog doesn't fly except for
Banjo himself can fly. Kazooie doesn't do it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Tom.
I'm fine with this.
All right, let's continue. All right. Let's continue with this. All right, just for a second, I'm gonna humor Tom.
Okay.
Why is Banjo and Kazooie a clone character? Why would they be a clone character of Duck Hunt Dog?
Oh, you started saying something stupid, so I just made you mad.
Yeah, but you told me they were a clone, and now you're telling me what I said was stupid. So please explain the reason why this is. That's what I'm asking.
Describe how you think he'd fight.
Well, I mean, there's already a write-up of how he would fight. He would actually punch with his fist.
I saw every single move list, and
the one that was like a very detailed written Banjo-Kazooie move list.
I saw one where everything was illustrated. All the C attacks would be the bird. The bird would fire range attacks. Its up B would be something to do with flying. Sounds about pretty on par right now.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
They're different characters. I'm sorry.
Can we just rewind this even further and just say...
I'm not going to say they're not different characters.
Can we just rewind it farther and just say, honestly, I don't really want Banjo-Kazooie there.
I don't either, and that's where I started from.
Yeah. And that tells the whole debate. Look at that. Time travel wins again. All right. Back to Donkey Kong 64 and its abomination-ness. Donkey Kong sucks, and he gets hit all the time, and this is not a Donkey Kong Country game.
There's better rare characters. Like, fuck it, put Conker in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he can get drunk and puke on a priest, and that'll work really well.
I just want Conker to come out and puke on Donkey Kong right now.
I want Conker to come out and pee on Donkey Kong.
But yeah, it's got like funky controls. I don't know. I'm committed to finishing this game now, but it's...
Oh God, Mike, I'm sorry.
I know.
Have you ever beat the original Donkey Kong?
No, this is the first time I've ever played this abomination.
No, you literally have to beat the old arcade Donkey Kong.
Oh, I can beat the old arcade Donkey Kong. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, this is an abomination, and this is I declared it on Twitter last night, and I will declare it here again officially. I am here to say that Donkey Kong 64 is officially a crime against humanity. So. It is. This is one of the top 10 worst things ever created or in existence.
So you find no charm in it?
No, there's nothing charming about this game. And it tries to talk to you, but for whatever reason, it talks too fast, and you can't even read half the shit that it says at you. And it's, I don't know. There's nothing redeeming about this game. And you know what, too? The best part is, I haven't even gotten to the part where you have to go back and replay the levels 1,000 times. I haven't gotten there yet. I know it's there. But I haven't gotten there yet. And that makes it even better. I cannot wait to get to that. Because I love these levels. The 2 levels I've been in so much. With their, you look at the sand and it damages you. Or there's just bananas. I don't know. Fuck this game. But,
and fucking bananas and shit. God damn it.
So,
they should have just said, fuck Donkey Kong 64, let's make a goddamn Funky Kong game.
Well, you know what Funky does in this game? He sells you ammunition. He's like a religious zealot that just stores up ammunition and guns and just is hiding out and just gives them to you. I have no fucking clue why. He just shows up.
That makes sense.
And you know what? The pop-up in this
just
game
wants you to come a little closer.
What?
Candy just wants you to come a little closer.
I know. It's really creepy. She's like, here, let me show you how to use this instrument. Come a little closer. It's like, okay. That's weird. I'm like a 4-year-old monkey. But sure, whatever you want. But your model makes you look hideous on the N64. So you're probably...
But she's so hot.
Yeah, she honestly looks like she's been pimped out for about 20 years on the N64 version of the game. Like, she is...
Damn.
She's like true mileage unknown at this point. Nobody... It's... There's nothing redeeming for her anymore. She's cute on the Super Nintendo, but she's beyond. She's like, she's been using meth for too long now. So... I hear any other great opinions on Donkey Kong 64? I don't know.
I don't have anything to
They
say.
killed off the grandmother. She's like a ghost for some reason now. And
Yeah,
she comes out of all these different... Like, I don't know why she doesn't have one door for you to go visit her. She's fucking like 5 doors. Like, I don't understand it. Like, can't the ghost just live in one place? Ghost have...
Nope.
No, I don't understand this. So, I mean, at least this game has, like, restore points and stuff. I don't have to deal with everything else. I'm sure it's got a horrible save system, which I never want to see now. So, yeah, so that's this game. It doesn't explain anything, too. I literally just found out on accident how to use teleport pads. I didn't even know there was a teleport pads. So, yay. So that's Donkey Kong 64. But let me talk about something that's actually good, and then someone else can talk. The new StreetPass games and stuff came out this week. And those are fun. Yeah, I think I'm the only person left still playing them. Probably.
Probably.
But I do like them both actually quite a bit. Like, Ultimate Angler is the fishing game. And it reminds me a lot of Flower Town in that you get your goal is to catch like all these different fish and stuff.
Okay.
The fishing minigame's not overly complicated. It's pretty easy to understand. When you meet up with like different characters in StreetPass, they give you some bait based on the color that they have. And then you go to there's all these different places on the island you can go to. And like, there's certain fish like, oh, I like the brown bait and the blue bait. And you can either use the brown bait or you can, like, mix the brown and blue bait together so that only that fish will come. And if you have a lot of people street passing with you, then they'll help you to get the fish out. It's really hard to explain. And then there's this, like, professor who you meet him at the beginning. And he's like, yeah, I mean, my daughter moved here. The daughter's the girl that runs the fishing club or whatever. Moved here after I lost my job and her mother left me. So now I'm here trying to find these monster fish. This is all in the context of the game, too. I didn't make any of that up. And so you're trying to catch these fish, and every once in a while you catch tin cans and boots. And it's fun.
So it's Animal Crossing.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a little bit more depth there. But it's kind of like...
it.
Yeah, I like it a lot, too. It's pretty fun. It's surprisingly fun. And like I said, it reminds me a lot of Flower Town because there's a lot of depth there. They don't necessarily... Because you can get new fishing poles. And
That's actually the first thing Shell said when she saw it.
I literally have bought, like, none of the new Street Pass games. Like, from either the first set of them or now the second set. But, I mean... I want them.
Yeah, I like them. I mean, and not to mention, too, because all the games, I was thinking about this before, like, really, you can play all these games just off of play coins. Maybe it's not as exciting, but you have those options there. So it's
actually,
not like...
I play the Monster Mansion one off play coins a lot.
Yeah. And
what is it? Because that's the best one.
Yeah, it's Monster Mansion, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all pretty great. Like, I would say my favorite ones would be at least from the old batch. Like, Warrior's Way is still one of my favorite ones, although that one's not super deep.
Ooh.
Monster Mansion's my favorite one, I would say. Flower Town I actually like a lot more than I probably would have thought at first, because it's just kind of fun. I don't know why. It's just something simplistic about it, but it's entertaining. And MeForce, I liked until I beat it, and now I don't play it anymore. So
yeah, you don't want to play MeForce anymore.
Yeah, so that was fun.
It got old.
And then the other one in this, the other new game that they put in there is Battleground Z. And it's like a zombie brawler. I think this game will probably end up being like MeForce, where once you beat it, it's done. But it's kind of neat. Like they said in the direct, people you street pass with.
It's the same concept.
Well, it's
because
like
people you
it's,
street pass with all have different abilities.
yeah, and it's this
Just like
time it's based off their hobbies. So if someone likes gaming, you'll get like a Wii remote to go around and like slash things up and beat the piss out of things.
That's actually kind of cool that they're using that for something.
Yeah, if someone they like shopping, you'll get like a big old shopping bag and you'll like beat them up that way. Someone says they like helping people, you'll turn into like a superhero with all these different attacks. It's really neat. Like there's actually a lot of stuff going on. If someone likes movies, you'll get like a ray gun and you can charge them up and get like bigger attacks, and damage you take goes against your weapon. So as long as you have another weapon available, like if your weapon breaks, you'll keep on going. And they'll have different objectives where it'll be like, stop the zombies from getting in the hospital, kill all the zombies that are on the train. It's surprisingly weird to have a Nintendo game where there's zombies attacking your Miis, but it's pretty neat. I like it what it is so far. But like I said, I have a feeling that it's going to be one of those games that once I beat it, I'll be like, good enough. Because it doesn't seem like it has a lot to make me come back. I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong. But I just don't know how much longevity it's going to have after the first few times. Because I get to this point where I get street passes, I just want to clear them out as fast as possible. And I just want to beat the games that I haven't beaten yet. So
I haven't opened my 3DS in like a month, and I'm terrified of puzzle pieces right now.
I am happy because I finished up like 3 of the puzzles that were taunting me. So now I only have 2 puzzles left to finish. And I just need like a handful of blue pieces and like 3 pink pieces between the 2 of them. So I'm like, wow, I can actually see the end of this right now. Because it is pretty daunting, Tom. Because you're probably like I was. You're probably like 4 or 5 puzzles behind.
Oh, no, it's like 8.
But do you have one of those ATT Wi-Fi hotspots where you work?
I think I do.
Because the ATT Wi-Fi,
it's an AT&T store.
Yeah, I know. But the AT&T...
Like, I never thought about that.
The AT&T Wi-Fi hotspots are StreetPass hubs. So
yeah, I totally never realized that's where I get those random street passes.
Stupid. Yeah, so like whenever I could take my 3DS out, like if I'm going somewhere, I'll kind of make a point to stop at like somewhere where there's one of those hubs, like Best Buy, Starbucks, McDonald's. Like I'll just walk into Best Buy for like 5 minutes and be like, okay, got my street passes, bye guys, and then that's all. But it's nice, especially this weekend. They're doing that like international street pass weekend, so you'll pick up like 6 street passes all from all over the world. So it's pretty fun. I do enjoy this. I really actually enjoy Street Pass. I think if there's any feature that they need to make sure they bring into whatever the next handheld is, it's got to be Street Pass. Like, I think that they have something good there, and it's really enjoyable. And also, too, last thing I want to say, they updated Find Me Too, which really made my day. Because they added 2 things which are really neat. Because I gave up on that game. Because I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the rest of these hats anymore. Wow.
Nope.
Now they added a feature where when you're on the map, you can hold the X button down and you can see where the rest of the treasure chests you're missing are. So no more guessing. I know exactly where I have to go now, which is great. Yeah. The second thing they added is they added this thing called like Helper Bunny. And if you turn it on, if you go into like a room and the Helper Bunny's on, the Helper Bunny will be like, I sense danger. Do you want me to dispatch a minion? And for like 2 play coins or whatever, and it'll be like, yeah. And so like, the minion will jump down, and then, like, the mummy will scare them away instead of scaring away one of your guys. So you have
That's
that.
Awesome.
Yeah, or he'll, like, if you go into a room where, you know, it's like, you need 2 red people to cast their magic to get rid of the ice or whatever. He'll send those down, so you don't even fuck around with that anymore. So that way you're not wasting street passes on it. They just kind of, like, you get to keep on going, and it's great. I enjoy it. It's actually probably the best update that they've added to that period, because it actually makes it like enjoyable to play all of a sudden. So yeah, that's great. So, and that's all I've been playing. So there you go.
There we go.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
I think Tom said he wanted to go next.
I do. How's everybody doing today?
Same as when you asked us before, Tom.
I did. Okay, so no, but I have mostly been playing Mario Party 10, which I'm not going to dive into, but I just wanted your quick opinions on.
I liked it. I thought you got it.
Did you like the Bowser mode?
Bowser mode's my favorite mode.
Bowser mode is the best mode. Michelle is a pretty terrifying Bowser.
I get like diabolical. I still haven't played it multiplayer. I've only kind of just played it to try it out. But like, I just get really into it. I'm just like, especially because Bowser, you can like shake the Wii pad and do it like that. I actually think that it uses the gamepad pretty neat ways in Mario Party 10. It actually,
oh no, it definitely does, but only in the Bowser mode, which is kind of disappointing. Like I actually think the Me Party mode is literally just classic Mario Party.
Oh yeah,
which I actually find kind of charming.
Mm-hmm.
But and oh yeah, as a fun fact, I got the gold amiibo. Michelle randomly found it after someone at a Walmart pissed her off, so she just walked into the game section. And there was just one gold amiibo sitting there.
Nice.
So fucking win for that.
Yeah, I heard they've been showing up pretty randomly. I guess they've not been hard to find at all. Yeah. I mean, they're still rare, but they're not like fucking Marth.
No,
not the first thing
they're not as bad. No.
But yeah. What is it? Actual Mario Party's okay.
Yeah, that's about all I would say about it too.
Like, I'm a little disappointed because I played that more than I played Amiibo Party, and I feel like I've only played like 7 games. Like, I feel like Mario Party 9 was balanced more with the mini games, and they just don't happen in 10.
I don't remember how the balance is in this one. It's I think when we talked about Mario Party 10 when I got it, my takeaway of this was it's Mario Party. It's not a great game. It's Mario Party.
I hear in the next one they're going back to the standard format.
I don't think they've announced anything yet, but
I've heard that from somewhere. I don't know where.
I don't know.
But
his dad works at Nintendo.
Yeah.
No, Dick is his uncle's sister. You stupid.
Wouldn't that be my aunt?
No, not if it's your unrelated uncle.
Oh, okay.
Like your aunt's husband, who would be your uncle, and then uncle, sister, it's a different side of the family. So, yeah, there you go.
It's bothering me that I can't remember the other thing I've been playing, but whatever. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I have been playing Fire Emblem Gaiden, which I don't know if anyone's ever heard of, is actually the second ever released Fire Emblem game from Japan. And it took a good while for me to get this in place. Now, noted, I am only talking about this because it is a game that was never released in America that people have professionally patched. Not usually big into ROMs, but it's the only opportunity I have to play to the game. So, I don't know. Not the end of the world. But it is a really neat transition away from what I'm used to, because I did play Shadow Dragon on the DS, and that was a very bare bones version of Fire Emblem that I know and love, and just seeing the actual NES version of it. The paddle system moves at a pretty crawling pace, and I don't think I'd be able to take it, but I actually have a fast forward function on the emulator, which makes me happy. The sprites are actually gorgeous for the game. They actually did a very good job developing it and making it look nice. But you start off the game as this dude Alm, and you get pulled into a rebellion against this jerk who had like slaughtered the entire kingdom. And you start off with a couple villagers, like Donald, basically the same concept. They don't have anything special. They're just really shitty. And eventually you can level them up into any class, which I thought was really neat. You just go up to these goddess statues and you talk to her, and it random generates a class, and you can select it. But magic is really interesting because it all uses hit points in this. And priests and priestesses are freaking amazing because they start the game off knowing Nosferatu.
Well, it's kind of useful if you're losing hit points for magic.
Yeah, they heal with 1 health, and then they steal 1-to-1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And heal themselves. So they're just freaking awesome. Magic spells have different ranges. Like, fire's 1 range, lightning is 3, which is really awesome. Archers can fire up to 5 squares away. So the entire pacing of the games are completely different.
And this was before, if I remember Fire Emblem correctly, this was before they put the rock, paper, scissors method in, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
It is. It also is an open world, so you can just bounce around. Like, I've been training in these random dungeons that are in every shrine, and as I do it, there's 2 splitting paths, one with Alm, one with Celica, and of course their paths are going to combine somewhere down the road. It was really funny how they did it too. They were just like, all right, she just went that way, and all right, I'm going to go this way, and they was like, oh no, there was a rock slide, the way she went's inaccessible.
Oh no, oh shit.
Funny. But as I'm training on the one side, the other side just throws random parties that just attack me. And I actually struggled a lot with it because you don't get to move first and your entire unit's dispersed. So your weak units are just incredibly exposed and you have to figure out how to protect them. It's a really freaking fun game. I mean, they had a good take on the battle system from the beginning. There's some levels that are ridiculous. You'll just be fighting this warlock off in the distance, and every other turn he'll spawn between 0 to 8 random zombies that just flood you. And it is really fun.
Also one of the few Fire Emblem games that doesn't have the Fire Emblem in it too, I remember.
Really?
Yeah, because this is Fire Emblem Gaiden. So if I remember the story correctly, this actually takes place in the same world as the first game. It's just a different continent.
It's literally a side story.
So more stuff is going on like at the same time, around the same time, but on a different side of the world. So the Fire Emblem is in his game, like you're somewhere else, so there's no Fire Emblem to get. It's just yeah.
But the game's really well translated, which is fantastic. And I don't know how long it took me, like 5 hours to figure out how to get the ISO patch in and patch the game and do this and that and actually get it to work. And that was a freaking pain in the ass, but it's a really freaking good game. Any diehard fans of the series, highly recommend it. Only complaint is the pacing, because your guy attacks and they're generally very slow sprites.
Oh, it's an NES game. What do you expect?
Yeah, your soldier is holding the spear, runs up 2 seconds later, attacks, runs back, then the other guy attacks, and then it repeats. So yeah, fast forward's super useful.
I really wish Nintendo would localize some of these older games. I don't know what the cost involved would be anymore. But
it really pisses me off because one day, like 8 years ago, back in the middle of the Wii's prime, I was reading online that Thracia 776 came out, and I literally spent an hour on the eShop looking for it.
Because it was the Japanese shop?
Yeah, and I was just so fucking pissed to find out that it was only in Japan.
Yeah. It's a bummer. I mean, you think about it too. Nintendo's gonna be in a weird position in a few months where they're selling Lucas DLC for Smash Brothers. They're gonna sell Lucas Amiibo, and it's literally gonna be for a game that's never released in the US. Never. And there's a part of me that thinks that they have to be considering doing something with Mother 3.
I think that's really hopeful.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they joked about it last year at E3, but if you think about it in the grand scheme of like things that they can do cheaply and make some decent profit off of.
How happy did Earthbound make us?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Earthbound did really well for them. They have to be aware of that. So it wouldn't surprise me if they went and did either like an eShop release of Mother 3 and just kind of patched it with English, or they do like a full-fledged either 3DS or well, it would be 3DS because last time either one they said it would be the eShop, or like a 3DS compilation of the 3 Earthbound games in one, which I don't think would be too far off for them to do. Like I said, it'd be a nice, easy cash in for them. It'd be a nice gesture towards their fan base, and it really wouldn't cost them that much. It's much less cost than making a new game. Literally, just have to go in there and localize it. So. And if they want to throw the original Earthbound in there that they had localized never did, then that's even better. So, yeah. But,
yeah. But I mean, that's all I've been playing. Mm-hmm. And I've been really enjoying it. I don't even know how long I am, but I think I'm about halfway through it.
So, you'll never finish it, but yeah, it'll be nice to hear.
Right?
Uh-huh. All right. So, if you're all set then, Nick and Brandon figure out what they're going to talk about.
Probably games.
Most likely games.
Yeah,
I heard that's a thing that we do. Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Would you like to go first, Brandon?
Yeah, sure, why not? So I'll go through my other 2 games first, and then I'll talk about MKX, and we can talk about that together, Nick. Alright, so last week I got GTA 5 for PC. It is fantastic, and I highly recommend it. That is seriously like all I really need to say about it. I mean, it's still GTA 5. It's really good. It has the first-person mode where you can just go instantly in and out of first and third person. First person actually plays really, really well, and I'm surprised at how well it plays, because I never got to play the Xbox One or PS4 version, so I've never seen how the first person works, really. I kind of did, but not that much. But now actually experiencing it for myself, it's makes the game feel very fresh and different. And I mean, it just looks amazing, and it's not a shitty port. It is fantastic. Like, it runs really, really, really well, and you can have your custom radio stations and everything, so that makes it even better. There was also a free weekend for a game called Dungeon of the Endless that was put up this week on Steam. It was mostly the whole Dungeon series, or Endless series, which goes through like 4X space games and like 4X, fantasy games. And then there's Dungeon of the Endless, which is a tower defense, but also it's I'm gonna say it's also a strategy RPG as well. And it's very hard, kind of like, Faster and Light, how hard it was. So, like, you have two modes you can choose from, easy or very easy. Both of them are not easy, so they're full of shit. And kind of the way this game works is you pick two characters, their ship has crashed, the, like, main core that powers it, you need to get it to another, like, power station, so you have to go through this, like, space dungeon, more or less, and you have to turn off power and turn on power to different rooms, and, like, the rooms that you have powered, you can, like, put down, like, turrets and stuff to, like, protect yourself, so that, like, the enemies that you run into, because your characters can attack the enemies head on, it's not just, your like things that you put down, like your turrets that will attack enemies. You can do so as well. So like you want to set up a room and everything, and you want to take out as many enemies as possible before you go and grab your crystal to take to the next like power outlet. And you have to fight through the dungeons to find where the next power outlet is first. And then, like, you have to have everything set up, like all the turrets and, like, the shields and all that good stuff to protect you and to take out the enemies that are going to be coming. Because the second you grab your crystal, like, all the other places in the dungeon are going to unlock, and they're just going to flood you with enemies. And you're going to have to get it to the next outlet before you die. And you got to survive, like, 20 floors of this. It's really, really difficult, but it is a ton of fun. And I went from playing it free to play, because they let you play it for free this weekend, to like maybe an hour or two after I tried it out, I was like, fuck it, and I just bought the game because it is that good. And yeah, it's really interesting. It's very different, and I highly recommend it. You've missed out on the sale by now, but they are also doing something where, like, if so many people downloaded it and like played it for free that weekend, all future purchasers and people that currently own the game will be getting like special classes for free and extra like DLC for free and all that good stuff. So like they met most of those goals of having enough people download it over the weekend, and like they're adding in like TF2 characters and like characters from other games, and they're giving away free art books and like soundtrack and all that good stuff. So it's kind of neat. You might want to look into it in the future. It's definitely worth checking out. It's a lot of fun. And then the third game I played this week was Mortal Kombat X, which Nick has been playing this as well. I understand.
I have.
How do you feel about it?
Well, the last Mortal Kombat I played was the shitty port of MK9 to the PS Vita.
Oh.
And the only reason I have that is because it was on sale one day at GameStop for like $8. I was like, fuck yeah, I want Mortal Kombat on my Vita. But, so I played Mortal Kombat X at my friend's house the day after it came out, because I really wanted to check it out, really wanted to, see if it was good or not. And it was real fucking good. Like, within the first 10 minutes of me playing, it felt a lot better than previous games to me. And I just liked it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you play as?
I really like Casey. Casey's really good. I also oh man, why can Urok? I can't remember his name right now, but essentially he's the man without a name from like Clint Eastwood movies. He's essentially that.
Oh, Aaron, are you talking about Aaron Black?
Aaron Black, there we go. He is awesome. He's so really good. Cool. And he's a good new character to be introduced. Like some of the other ones, I could like take them or leave them. I did like their story because I don't know if you've gone through like story mode.
I'm on at all right now.
I'm on like 6 right now. It gets. I didn't like
chapter 3.
Okay, I didn't like it at the beginning, but it gets way more interesting as it goes along. And it's actually pretty funny and entertaining. And if you've like been with the series as a whole, like throughout the years, there's a lot of callbacks to past ones, and they're like mistakes and other games and that sort of thing. And I really, really dig that sort of thing. What I want to talk about this, because we both pretty much agree, this game's good. This game's fantastic. Good. It's really good. What were your thoughts on the whole DLC practices for this game? That's what I want to know. Like,
I am very disappointed in whosever decision it was. I don't think NetherRealm would be the kind of people to say, "Hey, fuck you, you don't get Goro." I think it was WB. So it was probably WB. Mm-hmm. Personally, I think they should have just had Goro in the fucking game.
Well, like what about the other stuff as well?
Well, what? Predator and Jason and all that shit?
Easy fatalities for $5. 30 coins that are consumables. See,
I have like stacked up just by unlocking them, like easy.
Yeah, you can unlock them, like and like before I knew you.
I don't even know what the hell that's for.
Like, you don't know what easy fatalities are?
I mean,
one-button fatalities.
Yeah, but like I don't even know how to use that. So
when you press start, it tells you. You essentially just hold R2 and press a certain button depending on which character it is.
Well, that's bullshit. At the end. I don't like that.
Yeah, but I think the worst part about that is the fact that they're charging like $5 for 30 that can be used up.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
So that's
if you're smart, you do not buy things like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's really stupid. And then there's the $20 to unlock everything in the crypt, but that's stupid. I don't.
That's also stupid. I'll just play the fucking game.
Exactly. It's like, well, maybe I'll give them $40 and they'll just play the game for me.
Yeah. Like the only thing I can see myself really paying them for extra right now is the combat pack because I really want to play as Predator.
Well, I would say wait, because I don't know if you've been seeing recently, but I'm starting to feel a lot more confident in their DLC approach. They announced the other day that they will allow you to play DLC characters without owning them, without having paid for them. They're going to have them in rotation in the challenge tower, where like weekly combatants will be different ones that you can pick from, that you can play from the combat pack whenever more are released and whatnot. So you'll be able to try out Jason, you'll be able to try out Predator, you'll be able to try out the other characters. You can try out all of those characters. Cool. You just can't like play them online. You can't play them in single player. It's just like there's one specific mode, and that's the challenge tower. And you can go through that with the new character. And that I actually think is a very good idea.
Something else I saw that was really cool today, actually, Ed Boon tweeted it, that updates to Mortal Kombat are like when a new update comes out, you get a free costume. Mm-hmm. So the next update that either just came out or one that's coming out,
it came out today.
Yeah, you get classic Sub-Zero, which is pretty cool. You get free costumes. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
You know, most other developers probably wouldn't even think of giving away free content like that, especially in a fighting game where people want to have costumes. But
let's talk about my biggest problem with this game.
Okay.
I don't know if you ran into this, but me and several other people ran into this. Their new practice of installing the game after you've installed the game or after you already have the game on disc. Did you run into this issue?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
So no.
So let me explain. This is what happened to me and at least 3 other people that I know, like, actually know, and then many other people online. When you install this game, whether it be you have a disc version or me, you bought the digital version, it will install part of the game, but it makes you think you've installed the entire game, and you can boot the game up. When you get into the game, then everything is locked out, except for single play, one-on-one versus AI. Now, while everything else is locked out, it's installing in the background while you're playing against that AI opponent, while you're training, and it doesn't even have all the characters unlocked or anything at that time. You have to wait for it to install in the background, and you have no timer. You don't know when it's going to be done, and honestly, it takes for fucking ever. I had a friend that rented it through GameFly and got the disc version, obviously, and he got it home, put the disc in, and he was met with, like, a screen where everything was grayed out except the one player 1v1 AI. No story mode, no options mode, no two player, no online. You couldn't access any of it, and it didn't give you a timer or tell you when you would be able to access any of this. It was very heavily glitched out, and come to find out, after having that and after putting the disc in, it took him 2 hours for everything to unlock, even though he had the disc there, because it had to install all the stuff in the background to unlock portions of said game. Some people this happens to, some people this doesn't happen to. I bought it digitally. I had it much worse. I had to install this game 6 separate times. Every single time I installed this game on Wi-Fi, it didn't install correctly at all, and none of that stuff in the background unlocked ever. After waiting 6 hours, after waiting 7 hours. The first day that I bought this game, I didn't even get to play it until the next day, like, later that night. So, like, on the second day that I owned the game, at night, I was finally able to play it. So, that was a bit of a pain in the ass. And
I had to wait a half hour, and then I was good.
yeah. Come to find out, for me, since I was installing the fully digital copy, it fucked up when I was installing it on Wi-Fi. Even though it said there was nothing wrong with my internet, it was fully stable connection, that sort of thing. And I had to actually go and get my LAN cable, unplug it from my computer, and plug it into my PS4 for it to correctly install the game. And then even after doing that, it still took 4 more hours after installing the game to get everything to unlock and be able to play it. That kind of install in the background is fucking stupid. If it doesn't work, that's bad. Essentially what they were trying to do is you know how Blizzard games like Diablo, like World of Warcraft, it installs so it's at a playable like portion, but if you go into that, some other stuff is installing in the background, so like some stuff you can't get to right at that moment in time. You know, but it installs the stuff that it thinks you want to get to. That's essentially what WB is trying with this game, except they fucking failed miserably, and it doesn't work. Everyone that bought the PC version for 24 hours did not even have a working game, because it broke so hard that people that bought the PC copy didn't even get to play at all. It never unlocked. It was so broken they had to patch it so that it would work finally. It was a mess, and I was like, okay, I'm not getting the PC version. And then I got the PS4 version, and the same fucking shit happened. It's a pain in the ass, and I hope they don't do it for future games, because it was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that much of a mess on PS4. I mean, I never even heard PC stuff, but
I didn't realize it was that either. That's why I went and bought the PS4 version, and then when I got home, I was like, God damn it, it's doing the same thing here. And it really pissed me off. I had a very bad experience with this game, so much so that when I finally did get to play, I was like, I'm happy that it's finally working, and this is a good game, but fuck that practice. I hope they don't do it again. And, like, I literally waited 2 days to finally play it, because I was just so pissed off and infuriated at the fact that it was like, hey, I own a game, but technically I don't have all of it, even though it says I do. Because they had to be stupid with their installing in the background.
And I think it's one of those things that's really funny now, too, where people are saying, oh, I only buy physical copies because that way I'll always be able to play my games. Mm-hmm. And, it's stuff like this that's just proof that that's actually not even true.
Yeah, it's not even possible with physical copies anymore. It's insane.
Yep, it really is.
Yeah, like I said, I had no issue installing the game. I just had a more of a smaller issue on my end. My internet was kind of being stupid, and I had to reset my router, and then I was able to download the update faster. But other than that, I've had no problems with the game. Online was a little rocky for the first few days, but
I haven't even attempted to play online yet because I'm worried it's going to be garbage like the last online in full structure was with both Injustice and Mortal Kombat 9.
So. I thought Injustice was okay, but
it was okay when it got to like other consoles like PS4, like Xbox One, but 360 and PS3 when it first originally came out, it was a shit show. It was bad.
Well, the only thing I've really been doing, I played a few online matches. Been playing some story. I've mostly been practicing learning characters. The two characters I've been playing are Kung Lao and Ferritor. Ferritor is really awesome. I really like the fighting style. That's the one with
the little girl on his back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
He's the heavy hitter, slow moving character of the game. Mm-hmm. I've always liked Kung Lao because of the hat. So I just kind of I want to play Kung Lao. But there's a lot of scorpions and reptiles I see online.
That's all you're going to run into, apparently. Yeah, scorpions and reptiles everywhere. But, I mean...
And then I've been decent. Like this one dude, he was a reptile. I beat him 7 times. I was like, oh, okay. It was bad. They didn't even know how to do fatalities, too. He beat me, once or twice. And, I'd be standing there, woozy and, moving around. And he'd be like, finish him. And he would just, punch me and I would drop.
Punch? Well, I mean, to that person's credit, when you do fatalities enough times, eventually you just get, tired of them. So I've seen some people that just, want to end the game as soon as possible, so they're just and they're
You probably just didn't want to pay for the free, the easy ones. Really.
Yeah. my recommendation to anybody is, don't do what I did. Last night, I spent 15 minutes watching a video of every single fatality in Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god. Some of them are
I'm not usually a squeamish person, but some of them were making me slightly sick, and that's okay with me. It doesn't bother me, but I was like, oh my god. One of Ermac's fatalities is he picks you up in the air and not physically, he's using magic or whatever the fuck he's got.
Yeah, is that the one where he takes out your intestines through your
he
oh my god,
punches
so
you back and forth, and then takes your intestines out of your mouth. That made my my throat and my stomach was in knots. I was like, oh my god. I was like, ugh. But some of them are really good. I forget who's the blind person. Ken?
Oh,
Daredevil.
Kenshi?
I think it's Kenshi.
Something like that. I can't remember.
Oh, Daredevil.
Daredevil. That's the one.
But his fatality, he throws the sword up in the air, makes it spin, and throws the person through it. So chops them up into little bits. But the first hit, they slow it down. You see their face get cut off in slow motion. So it was funny though, because the guy who was recording them for certain fatalities, he was joking around with them a little bit. So he had Johnny Cage beating up Sonya Blade, and Sonya beating up Cassie Cage, and brutally killing her own daughter. I was like, oh, that's lovely. But yeah, I'm probably playing this for a little bit. I would like to learn a few characters and not play it too intensely, but at least casually enough that I'm decent at it and I don't get my ass handed to me. So,
what more could you want?
What more could I want? Anything else you want to say about Mortal Kombat before I move on to my next game, Brandon?
I enjoy it a lot, and we should fight against each other.
I will destroy you.
All right. Well, I mean, maybe, probably. I like fighting games, so
I do too.
I've never been really good at Mortal Kombat, but I'm decent.
I don't have the hand-eye coordination for most fighting games, other than Smash and Tekken.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Tekken. Oh, dude,
Street Fighter is ridiculous.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah, when Tekken comes out, we're definitely gonna play. But Street Fighter is ridiculous. I cannot get any combos down for that or whatsoever.
Well, that's the thing. Street Fighter is more of a waiting game. Entire
That's why I like Mortal Kombat a lot.
Waiting.
Because oh, you want to do this combo? Yeah, 3 buttons. Go for it. You don't need a fighting stick. Get that shit out of here. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it.
Do you play with like the crab hand more or less, or you like have the controller, the D-pad, and then like your other 3 fingers going between the square, triangle, circle, and X? I always do that for Mortal Kombat.
I play normally. It's just I have to get into the mindset of like not memorizing combinations, but making sure I know them, and I'm not just pressing things hoping things will happen.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
The amount of accidental breakers I've done at very convenient times have been astounding. But I'm gonna keep playing that for probably a little bit and just getting the hang of it, and then move on to whatever else. But the other game I played, I'm not sure if either of you saw me streaming it this past Sunday. It's called Never Alone. The first time I had heard of it, I was just kind of browsing through the PlayStation Store, and I was looking at the PS Plus games, so I didn't hear anything that came out. And I saw the game, and I was reading the description of it. It's basically a puzzle platformer that was co-written with some native Alaskan tribe.
Oh yeah, it has a bunch of their lore in it and whatnot. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. So I downloaded it. First impressions of the game, very pretty game. The story's, I've only like an hour or so into it. The story's pretty interesting. I would like to play more of it. The only thing that I've noticed is that the AI kind of sucks at times, and the controls are a little clunky. Like, there was one time, you play as 2 people basically. You play as the main character, which I can't pronounce the name for the life of me, and a white fox that follows her, and they both have like special things that they can do. Like the white fox can like crawl up spaces and throw down a rope, so the little girl can climb up and do shit, and the little girl has like this throwy thingy, I forget the fuck it's called, and she can like break ice and like attack things with it. So like I'm jumping from ice platform to ice platform. I make it as the character I'm currently using, but like the fox will like slide his dumb ass right off and die, and then like I have to restart from the checkpoint. Because the AI doesn't, like, for some reason, what they should have done was they should have taken the Sonic 2 approach to it.
Yeah, fuck Sonic Adventure 2. No, they wouldn't even bother with this game.
I love Sonic Adventure 2.
No, but Sonic Adventure 2 is the worst game.
Sonic Adventure 1 is the worst game.
Donkey Kong 64
Sonic Adventure is much better than 2. Sorry.
When you pop in Sonic Adventure 1 and you see that Windows 95 background and elevator music, you know you're in for a terrible time. But
I actually like 1 way more than 2.
I like Sonic Adventure 1 as well, but Sonic Adventure 2 is probably the worst game I've ever played.
I hate both of you. But so yeah, in Sonic 2, like when they introduced Tails.
When was the last time you played Sonic Adventure 2?
When it came out in the PSN store.
You're gonna need to go back and play that again.
It was like 2 years ago.
You're gonna need to go back and play that again. You learn from your past mistakes, and that is your past mistake.
I've probably played
I like Sonic games, and I even will admit that Sonic Adventure 2 is not as great as the original.
I've played that game about Sonic 6 or 7 times. I've played it on the GameCube multiple times. I've played it on the Dreamcast a few times, and I played it through on PS3.
Hey, Brandon,
I love that game.
He's still got to finish Bloodborne, Metroid Prime, and at least something else. I can't remember right now.
He'll play Sonic Adventure 2 again before he does that.
Is leaps ahead of Sonic Adventure 1. Sonic Adventure 1 is shit.
No, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard you say, Nick.
Sonic Adventure 1 is the worst fucking game.
Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the few games I've ever actually never finished because it made me so angry.
Sonic Adventure 1 is good. It's really good. 2, it has good stages, but it also has a lot of shit stages.
That one stage...
Sonic Adventure 1 had the cat fucking go fish for retarded
Yeah. You have one character that's bad.
And he wasn't even that bad. Like,
he's not even that terrible.
The one stage that's like fucking the size of Xenoblade, where you find like 3 crystals with knuckles, can go fucking suck my dick. Like, that is the worst.
And then the space one with fucking Rouge the Bat. That one's fucking garbage too.
No, you guys are just garbage. I had no problem with those stages. I love how we got off on this. I love how we got off on this because I accidentally said the game Sonic Adventure 2.
But I don't think it's good.
That's because it's a horrible game. You brought up so many bad memories, Nick. And you know what? Original. If you beat that game and you haven't beaten some of the other games that are actually like good games, that's a travesty.
You want to know what's worse? I've beaten Shadow the Hedgehog multiple times.
Ew.
Yeah. I was like, oh, there's multiple.
Did you kill the president?
Yeah, I've killed. Fuck yeah, I killed him.
Nice.
So, beat Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog. Can't bother to start a Zelda game.
Yeah,
I nearly beat Sonic.
You know what? That should be on your tombstone. That's an impressive feat on its own.
I will be buried with my copies of Sonic Adventure 2. Thank you very much. But
I need
to
That's
give me a
way
copy
less
of
copies
Sonic.
on the earth then.
I need to give you a copy of Sonic Boom. Sonic
my
Boom.
original point, I was gonna say, like in Sonic 2 when they added Tails, and how like if Sonic was running way too fast and Tails would get himself killed because he was retarded, he would just die, and you wouldn't have to restart the level because he just died. But in Never Alone, if your little fox friend slides his asshole self off the ice and dies, the girl starts crying. You gotta restart the level, and no one has a good time. Other than that, it's not a very hard game to play. Like when I saw a puzzle platformer, I was expecting a little bit more of a challenge, but so far it's just been like, hey, jump here, run away from this thing, jump here, hey, you're done. So I'm not sure if that was their aim to make it a challenging game or not. I may continue with it, I may not. It's okay. It's
I'm short.
Happy.
Just finish it. It's short. Just finish it.
I probably will just finish it. I'm happy I didn't pay money for it. Like, if I had bought that game, I would have been, like, pissed off. Like, immensely pissed off. So, but it's as for a free game, I would suggest people to at least try it out and see if they, it's more their cup of tea. I don't really care for the game.
Wait, you didn't play the other free game that they released this month also? Oh, it's so good. You should play Tower of Guns. It's so good. Play Tower of Guns.
I probably should have picked that instead to stream, because
that game is
Never Alone.
Fun.
Never Alone's kind of like Journey, whereas you have to be the one playing it, and if you're not the one playing it, it does nothing for you.
Yeah, see, Tower of Guns, I want to say last year, I had a friend that was like, hey, I got a extra code for this game, I want you to check it out. And he gave me that, and then, like, I played it, and then, like, I continued playing it, and then, like, I didn't stop playing it. It is so much fucking fun. It's randomly generated, and, like, essentially, you're continuously climbing this tower, and the tower is literally made of guns. The walls are, so they're trying to shoot you. So it's like, guns. They really are. It is a first-person bullet hell shooter, and it's so much fun.
I'll have to... See, now I'm mad I didn't download that. Fuck. But that's okay, because I tried out Never Alone. At least I can say I played it and gave it a shot. So, that's all I've been playing.
All right. You guys ready to move on to news, then?
Yeah.
Sure. Here's the news, it never news it. When it comes, there is some news.
I feel like
breaking news.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I heard news way too many times.
I got breaking news, Nick. This is fucking important.
Is it that Sonic Adventure 2 is
don't keep saying news, because the more you say the word, the less effective the meaning becomes.
No, the more you say the word, the more it doesn't sound like an actual word. Just go news. See, it sounds like I'm saying snooze.
It sounds like you're saying nose.
Or news. Or nose.
Fine.
Or nas.
Breaking announcement! Breaking announcement! It's just fresh off the presses.
Precious.
Precious.
Fresh off
Can that be the name of the episode? Fresh off the precious.
Mm-hmm. All right, this precious announcement. It's super important. Fresh off, brand new. Nick's never gonna finish Bloodborne or Metroid Prime
2. I will prove you wrong. And this entire journalistic company will go down in hellfire because of the lies that you have printed up in this paper today, sir.
All right, let me get around to proving me wrong. You're doing a pretty poor job of it. So, anyways, actual news. Mario Kart DLC Pack 2 track list has been officially announced.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually pretty happy with this. So
I like it.
Oh, they have weird names on here. So they showed off the Animal Crossing track in the Nintendo Direct. They have a big blue level, which we've seen.
Nice.
I said these aren't the names that I saw on like the US one. This one says Super Bell Subway and Wild Woods. For the new tracks, I don't know. They just interpret it however. But the important thing is the retro tracks, because we got Baby Park.
Baby Park. Oh,
so
shit.
Fucking happy for that. Love
Yo,
Baby
can
Park.
I just Baby Park 200cc is gonna separate the men from the boys.
Oh yeah, then it's gonna be like disaster. The only thing I wish is that they still had like the giant items from Double Dash that were just like fucking giant Koopa shells bouncing all
that would
over.
be too much.
I know, but it's gonna be great because think about it too. Like what, 12 people on that little tiny ass course at the same time with
at
weapons flying everywhere?
200cc.
Yeah,
My Wii U's gonna explode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
So that is the best thing. You also have Cheeseland and Ribbon Road, which I guess some people wanted. I could care less about.
Cheeseland, I literally, that sounds like a made up name. Like every time you hear it, Cheeseland.
It was I think both of those were GBA tracks, and honestly, the GBA tracks didn't shit for me. I never was a fan of them. So yeah, you got those two, and then this one says
there's somebody at Nintendo. Wait, guys, wait. We need Cheeseland.
I know. This one says Koopa City, but it was like Neo City X or something.
Cool.
Is it Neo Bowser City? Or?
Yeah, Neo Bowser City. That's what it was from the Super Mario Kart 7, if I remember. So yeah, that's what it is. Although I think the biggest thing that we just kind of glossed over is there's a second fucking F-Zero track on here. Like,
pretty sweet.
Yeah, there is.
This is Nintendo admitting that they're never going to make another F-Zero game, and they're just going to merge the universe with Mario Kart, and then they don't need to, because then it can just be one and the same.
I would play F-Zero Mario Kart if they made that.
You already can.
No, I mean like a full like game that's just like F-Zero and Mario Kart. I would totally play that.
I think the only thing that's kind of disappointing in this is I wish that they had more like Nintendo franchise tracks on here. Mm-hmm. But I'm still happy with what they have. So
like some Star Fox tracks?
Yeah, Star Fox or Metroid.
If they change Mario Kart into just basically Super Smash
Nintendo Kart?
Oh, stop it! That's like the next logical step.
I wanted to go there for a while, and I think this is the closest they've gotten so far.
I still want my Skylanders Nintendo themed game. I want it.
And I don't even mind if it's like if they put out the game as like Mario Kart, and then all the DLC is just Nintendo themed. That's fine. I'm okay with that too. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to take that next logical step into like merging everything into one, because I think it's. Like Nick said it, it's. I think Smash Brothers, Mario Kart.
How would you do a Punch-Out course? That's what I'm trying to think. Would it be? Maybe the bike track, like the bike track that you're on, and
there you go.
The NES Punch-Out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean they could do some really neat stuff. I think it's ripe for some new ideas. Do you guys think there'll be more DLC after this, or is this the end?
I hope so. It's one of my favorite games. I would love to see them putting out more stuff for it.
I know, me too. I wish they will put out more. I don't think they will. I think this is the last hurrah, but like I think they did a great job with this. I think it was a great experiment for them. I hope it paid off for them, because I think that they did everything right. I don't think they could have done it any better. So yeah, I'm very happy with what they have so far. So, and those tracks are coming out later this week. So probably by the time the podcast is out, you guys will be playing them, as will we. We're super excited for that. So, Brandon, why don't you hop on the next piece of news, because you know more.
Oh, you didn't see this? Oh, okay.
I did, but I can't articulate it well. So
okay. Well, essentially, there was a Battlefield 3 that was rumored to be in the making for a while, that was shut down when, the LucasArts thing happened. And there was a lot of leaked footage and whatnot that was shown off for it. But this week, they officially announced Star Wars Battlefront. They're calling it just that. There's not Star Wars Battlefront 3, it's just Star Wars Battlefront. And essentially what this one is a Star Wars Battlefront that's being headed by DICE, that will take place during the not the prequels, but all of the original Star Wars movies. So that it'll be taking place during that. But if you pre-order it, you will, on December 1st, be playing the battle that leads up to Star Wars Episode 7. You will actually be allowed to play that battle online, and as a free DLC. It's not going to cost anything, because if you don't pre-order it, you still get it. You get it on December 7th instead, though. So
I heard something today about this game that I'm not too happy about, though.
Go on.
There's no single player.
There is no single player. Yeah.
Although there is apparently an offline mode where you can play with bots. There's just no single player missions.
Yes, there's no single player missions. And yeah, I feel the same way. I'm very cautious when it comes to that, especially since they are already trying to sell it, and they were at the literal announcement conference trying to sell the pre-orders already. And the deluxe pre-orders already, but they did give away a Star Wars Battlefront themed PlayStation 4 with the game included, digital code for it. So that was kind of neat. That happened at the thing, and it seemed like all the team that worked on it actually really felt strongly about Star Wars. They went out to the original film locations of Star Wars, the original movies, and took sketches and did artwork for it, and then based the game on the actual locations where the movies were filmed. So that was kind of neat. They seem like they at least the group that's working on it definitely cares about the following and Star Wars and not just money. And I can give another reason why. Because even though this is an EA DICE game, this will not use Battlelog. And that makes me happy. That makes me very happy, because Battlelog is honestly the worst fucking thing ever. It is just terrible. And yeah, I don't like it. They also gave a release date of November 17th, 2015, so it will be out this year. Before the movie comes out around December. So, it's something to look forward to. It could be good. I'm cautious, but especially since they didn't show us, at least the people that were watching the stream, didn't get to see gameplay. We only got to see their CGI trailer that was in-game footage using the in-game engine. I say that with quotes because we don't know how true that is. But people that actually saw it at the Star Wars celebration that was this weekend, they got to see 7 to 10 minutes of gameplay in this environment that was supposed to simulate the being in one of the cruisers, and that's where it looked really neat. I mean, they definitely know the fans. They definitely know the stories, and they're being. I'm excited, but I'm cautiously excited.
Yeah, so, everything I've seen, it looks great, but I personally don't have any interest in a multiplayer-only game, really.
Well, I mean, Battlefront 1 and 2 are essentially multiplayer-only games.
I know, and I didn't play those either. So.
I love them, so.
So, yeah, maybe it looks nice, though. It definitely looks nice in motion.
So yeah, Nick, you were saying, not happy about no single player thing. I mean, did you play Battlefront 1 or 2? Because that's essentially what they're going for.
I own Battlefront. Let me look over. I own Battlefront 2. Never played Battlefront. Did you just get
it from the Humble
2.
Bundle?
No, I have it on PS2. About $5. It was I was at the plane train. They were like, "Oh, buy 3 games for whatever," and I was like, "Oh, just whatever. Let's fucking pick this up."
Okay. It's a good game. I would recommend checking it out at some point. I know you're not going to because you don't play games, but
I just talk like I do.
But no, they are good games, and essentially all of the Battlefront games have really only been multiplayer focused. They've had a single player, but I say that with bunny quotes, because essentially it's just loosely tied in with a tiny bit of story in between, with mostly it just being a match against bots. And that's the single player for each and every one of them. So, they're just kind of cutting the shit and being like, no, there's no actual campaign, but there is a single player. And the only other thing that made me be like, I don't know, it could be a good thing, but at the same time, maybe not, is they aren't doing space battles this time. They are gonna have the destroyers and all that good stuff, and the X-wings and TIE fighters and all that stuff, but it's just for the land battles, and you can fly them, but you're not gonna go up into space with them. And I think that might be a good idea, because I feel that in Battlefront 2 they started to get away from what the whole Battlefront game was about, and want to go more into just making it an overall Star Wars game, and it didn't work for that sort of thing. But I think speeder bikes being attacked by like AT-ATs and like having like X-wings, TIE fighters shooting and it's essentially going to be Battlefield but with Star Wars. But I want it to be handled better, and that's why I'm cautious, because I'm not sure if I'm going to handle it well enough. But the last games were good, and they really didn't have a campaign, so I'm okay with that. In all honesty,
okay.
As long as it's not just like fucking as long as they don't do something like they did with I can't even think of the name of the game right now. Wow, it was so forgettable. Even though it came out last year, I've already forgotten the name of it. Or maybe it was 2 years ago. Whatever, who cares? Titanfall.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the name of it. I really couldn't. As long as they don't do like a Titanfall like half-ass bullshit where they try to make like, oh, this multiplayer only matches, which are literally only multiplayer, is our campaign. If they don't do that and they try to just make it where it's like, here you are, you're either a stormtrooper or you're like Jedis, or you're like, the part of the rebels, if that's just the way it is and they just put you there and it's a fight. And it's not just like, oh, I'm going to have my aim down sights, and this is obviously just a recolored gun from Battlefield 4 or Battlefield Hardline. If they go that route, fuck it, that's stupid. But if they go the route where it's like, it actually feels like Star Wars, it actually feels like the universe, and it feels like it fits in with it, and it just happens to be a first and third person shooter, that's cool. But if it's like, this is just Battlefield with Star Wars slapped on top of it, fuck that shit. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that. All
right, moving on. Rumor, Mass Effect 4 information has been leaked.
Is this through the surveys?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Apparently, and it seems like it could actually be legit. Apparently, they did this with Dragon Age as well, where they sent out a survey to people and being like, hey, what do you think about these features? And in Dragon Age's case, it ended up being true, but until the game is more formally filled out, we don't really know too much. But the basic premise is the game is set in the Helios cluster of the Andromeda Galaxy. It's removed by time and space from the Mass Effect Commander Shepard trilogy and its ending. You play as a Pathfinder explorer leading expedition with the aim of establishing a new home for humanity. Encounter savage, untamed lands, cutthroat outlaws, and warring alien races in an effort to survive and colonize. Andromeda is home to a mysterious alien race, the Remnants, who have left their vaults and ancient technology throughout. Apparently it has hundreds of solar systems which you can explore using things like the Mako. You can set up like your own base, and there's loyalty missions and meaningful dialogue choices and all the other stuff that you know from Mass Effect. It seems like it could be interesting. I do think that the premise is interesting. They have a whole bunch of, like I said, customizable stuff. There's multiplayer again, and I don't know. I'm excited for Mass Effect 4. Did you guys play Mass Effect? I can't remember.
No,
yeah,
I couldn't
all of them.
To play it.
Mass Effect, I think, is definitely worth trying out. I think it's a great series. Actually, there's a part of me that was just thinking I wanted to play through the trilogy again. I don't think I have the ambition to do it right now, but I did really enjoy Mass Effect, all three of them, honestly, and especially with the way they finished up the DLC in Mass Effect 3. I thought it was a lot of fun. So if they do manage to set up something interesting with this, like it sounds like they will, and to be fair, they did a good job with the new Dragon Age. So I have faith that they can probably
new Dragon Age was fantastic. So
yeah, so I hope that they're able to do something similar with this too. So
I feel like they could do it well.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, a lot of people give EA shit, but I do think that if they're given the time and the resources to make something, then usually they come out on top. It's when they're just trying to grab for that cash in.
Exactly.
That's when they have the biggest issues. So yeah, so that's Mass Effect. Back to you, Brandon.
Which is essentially just video game Star Wars.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's what they took from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. They wanted to make their own universe for it, which makes a lot of sense. So they kind of spun off their own thing, and I like I said, I do like the universe that they created with it. I thought it was.
I do too. I think it's well done.
Yeah.
So the other thing, you didn't actually hear about this one. So we were talking a while back about how GameStop was going to do like tests in certain areas for old systems, but they've essentially decided, you know what, we're just gonna go all out. We're gonna do this everywhere. We don't have an exact date when they're gonna do this, but what they're wanting to do is, one, they're gonna buy back old consoles. So they will be buying Nintendo's, Super Nintendo's, N64, Sega Genesis, PlayStations, and Dreamcasts as the ones announced so far. So any systems, any games, any first-party controllers or items will be accepted on those. We don't know exactly when they're doing it, but this is supposed to be happening soon, fairly soon. They also are planning that when they do the rollout for like everywhere, they're going to do like in-store buys. So like you can go there and they'll have essentially like, oh, this is what we have in stock at our warehouse and you can order it for this much. So they were saying that the pricing is supposed to be essentially like online prices, that sort of thing, and like below. Not gonna overinflate it, but you know, we were making a joke beforehand, you know, whose online prices? They could just be like our online prices, motherfucker. Yeah. You know, but the way they were going to take things and accept them is like, you know, they're gonna test and see if they're working, that sort of thing. Otherwise, they're just going to take them in, they're going to ship them off to be refurbished and cleaned up at a place, I believe, in Texas. And then once those are all cleaned up and ready, they will allow people to buy them on the online store or in-store through their, you know, purchase in-store. I don't know what it's called. Can you help me out here? Order in-store order, whatever. Like, where you... What?
Web in store.
Web in store. I thought you were saying what in store.
No, web in store.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing like a web in store where you can order, you know, NES, Super Nintendo, essentially old consoles to be shipped to your doorstep, and they are gonna take them in as well. Like I said, we don't know when this is gonna happen, but they're saying they want to have it like everywhere, essentially.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense the way that they're doing it, because GameStop has a huge refurbishment center. So basically the stores will supply the refurbishment center with the items, and you can order them directly through there. It's kind of like what they already do with phones for the most part, although they do send like select items back out to the stores. But the thing that they're going to have problems with, the reason why they're doing it like this, is because the stores just don't have enough space to stock the items. Like, they're already pretty packed with stuff that they already have, so to be able to feature retro stuff as well doesn't make sense, so that's why they gotta be doing it web in store. So, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it might be easier for some people that, like, don't want to order things online and pay the ridiculous, like, shipping things on, like, Amazon, or take chances with, like, you know, the resellers that could just be selling you crap. Because, I mean, honestly, you do get sold a lot of crap sometimes when you buy from Amazon. If you're looking into, like, old systems, you have to be careful. You have to make sure the place you're buying it from actually has checked it out and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so that's going to end up being the trade-off with the GameStop thing, because you're going to end up, they're not going to buy your stuff for very much. Like, let's just be honest, they're not going to. And they are going to sell it for probably more than just buying it directly from someone else. But then you do get the guarantee. They will guarantee it. And the refurbishment center, honestly, generally does a pretty good job with making sure stuff still works. And it should be pretty easy with the older technology stuff. But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those. If you're looking for something cheaper, I'm sure it's not going to be hard to find somewhere cheaper than what GameStop's going to offer. Hey, maybe we'll be surprised. I don't know.
And the pilot program, you know, the one they were talking about with the New York City and Alabama thing, that actually is officially starting on Saturday. So the first 250 stores will start both selling and accepting consoles on Saturday, both in New York and Birmingham, Alabama.
And I imagine these GameStop employees are just like in tears, because testing systems is literally the worst thing. It's the worst thing. And then to have to go back through and make it work with all the older stuff too. Oh my God, it's going to be such a pain. So.
I completely agree. It's going to be obnoxious at the least.
So, well, good for people who like old stuff. You know, it's nice to at least have that support there. even if it's not the best company. So
yeah. But I mean, more options to get old stuff. I mean, it's always good.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So do you want to talk about Guitar Hero as well?
Yeah. So recently they announced Guitar Hero Live, which will be releasing this year as well as Rock Band 4. And Guitar Hero Live is actually doing something kind of interesting, I think. You can get heckled by the audience, and based on how well you're playing, they'll either like cheer for you or they'll like boo you, that sort of thing. And like in the trailer they showed for it, they showed like all this stuff where it was like, oh, this is a live action trailer. And then you get to the end of the trailer and it's like, just kidding, this is the game. And like we don't know if it's gonna look that well, obviously. But one of the more interesting aspects, I think, is the Guitar Hero TV, where I don't know if you've seen this. But it's essentially a streaming service, much like Netflix, but it's going to stream music videos. It's going to be weekly music videos where they're going to have like Guitar Hero things set up for the new things as they come out. And you're going to have the music video in the background and you can play the game while the music video is going on in the background, that sort of thing. And that looks pretty cool. And it'll be for like new songs as they're releasing, or they'll release like their own like past songs. So it could be like current songs or it could be like past things, and they're aiming to have that launch day as well, so that's kind of cool.
Nice.
And they also showed off the guitar for it, which is
I didn't
different.
see a picture, but it sounded different from how it was described.
It's very different. First of all, there are 3 like frets, like instead of having the 5 Guitar Hero buttons, there's 3 buttons. But the top of the buttons are frets, and the bottom of the buttons are frets. So there are essentially 6 buttons, but the other 3 buttons are tied into the main 3 buttons. So there's like lower frets and higher frets, but they're all in the same 3 buttons. And it looks really different. And it looks like maybe the top is like actual push-in buttons and the bottom is touch-sensitive. And that could be a bad idea. But we don't know how that's going to work out until we actually have it in our hand. But it looks like they're trying to do something different. And
I'm still pumped for Rock Band.
I am too, but I'm still going to try it. Because if they're trying to do something different, it could be interesting. So whatever. And I like the last Guitar Hero. Last Guitar Hero wasn't bad.
And it's competition in the music genre as well, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Keep both of them on their toes, hopefully. So, yeah, that would be nice.
And then Star Ocean 5 was announced.
Yay.
Guys, Star Ocean 5. There hasn't been a new Star Ocean in a long time.
Wasn't Star Ocean 4 like super disappointing though? Like, are people excited for this?
Yeah, a lot of people are very, very excited for this. Like, super fucking excited. The Star Ocean 4 was not as good because it was essentially, like, kind of outsourced and wasn't really, like, the original team working on it. But this is going back to the original team. This is going back to, like, how Star Ocean is. So a lot of people are excited. I've never actually gotten into this series enough to be excited about it.
Neither
but
have I.
I mean, I know it's a good series. I just it's not something I've ever really played. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that said, that's all we have for news. Are you guys ready to wrap up, or is there anything else to talk about?
I think we're good.
All right.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us this week. Don't forget you can download our episodes from iTunes, from Stitcher, or directly from the website doublegaming.com. Don't forget to leave us a review. We appreciate the feedback. It helps make the show better. It helps spread the word. Also, share the podcast with your friends. That's a super cool thing to do as well. We did this last week. We did start trying to put the episodes up on YouTube too. I don't know if anyone would like to listen to it that way, but we thought it'd be interesting to try. So, at least for the time being, the episodes will be going up on YouTube as well. Although, at least for the way it is right now, I'm having a little bit of lag in production and getting them up day and date with the other episodes. So, you might not see it on Friday, but maybe Saturday. It might take like an extra day, just because I have to render it into a video, which is slowing me down. So there's that. Also, check out the Facebook and the Twitter. We're on both of those. On Twitter, we're at GMECRUNCH. And all right, well that's us, I guess. Brian, did you have anything to send out on?
No. I want to go play Mortal Kombat.
Nick, how about you?
Yes. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at the Mechanic, at TheMechanick. Also, I know I've been streaming for the past 2 Sundays now. I'm not sure if anybody really wants me to plug a mic in and talk, but if so, please let me know, because I will do so. Been debating about doing that, but I don't know.
You just get a PlayStation camera and just...
Yeah, just kind of stare into the camera as I play.
Yeah.
I have my game decided for this Sunday, seeing as the PS4 version of Shovel Knight comes out on Tuesday. I will be streaming that this Sunday, so
nice.
you look forward to that.
Sweet, another game Nick's not going to finish.
I will finish the fuck out of that game. I'll beat the shit out of that game. I'll probably be streaming that for like 5 hours.
And let's see, we lost Tom too, if you guys didn't notice. So I'm sure Tom would say goodbye if he was here, but he can't because he's not here.
So we'll say it for him. Goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom. Goodbye.
Hello, Tom.
And with all that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me on the internet. I am Clash the Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming consoles. And
what about our least favorite?
Virtual Boy.
Yeah,
I love
are you
it.
On there?
You can find us on CDI. On all your favorite Panasonic Real D 3DO consoles.
Mm-hmm. All of them.
I heard that Mike's on the N-Gage.
Ooh.
Mike's on the Taco phone? Ooh, that's exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Which version of it? The one with side talking or the other one?
The OG version.
The OG original Gauge.
Oh, man. And, well, with that said, until next week, game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Yay, play ball.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
He doesn't. That is actually pretty upsetting.
What was that?
What the hell was that?
I was trying to figure that out as well. What the hell just happened?
What happened?
It was like aliens or something.
What?
Did it happen again?
It happened again. What the fuck?
It must be Tom. If Tom's not here, it has to be him.
I guess it's me.
Well, have you heard it yet?
No.
Then it's you.
What does it sound like?
It sounds like
humming, high-pitched humming.
It sounds like someone's got to be blowing in their mic just perfect to like harmonize in it. Kind of like blowing into a glass.
Sounds like a harmonica.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like when you put that blade of grass between your thumbs and blow.
Yeah. Or like if you blow across the top of the
Well,
glass
that's amusing.
to make music. I blame Tom.
You would anyway.
Mm-hmm. I would. So, anyways, Mewtwo. Yeah. What were you going to say?